Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to bring you along through my day for all of the plant care and maintenance I do. I have kind of a lot of things I have to get done with my plants. Well, not a lot, and I don't have to get them done. I've not really had time to take care of my plants lately, so today's like my day to get it done, you know? So yeah, I just thought I would bring you along for the day. Let's do this. Oh gosh, you could not even see. Let me turn you around. Struggling today already. All right, so first thing on the docket for the day, the very first thing I do is I turn on my lettuce grow tower. This is very exciting. I've had a good time with it. Plants were ordered in the winter, so I was a little worried they'd die, but they are getting bigger and I'm pumped. So I'm gonna turn this on. Voila! And then the only other thing I've done today is turn on my IKEA greenhouse cabinet thingy, the lights in there. So yeah, those are the only two like semi-plant related things I've done today. Now I'm gonna open up these here blinds, curtains, so that all of my plants can get some more sunlight. And then I'm gonna go have a coffee. Side note, but I feel so busy lately and it's been really hard to keep my plants watered, so they just kind of have been getting a quick watering here and there, not like a really thorough one. So lately I have been, Axel grumbling in the background, I've been bottom watering my plants in like bulk overnight, and then I set it in the sink to drain overnight, and then I'll put it back in the pot it lives in, back on the shelf, or I'll leave like plants in my bathtub, or in this case for this aloe vera that I prefer to bottom water, I just leave it in a bowl of water. So I leave it there overnight, and now I'm going to put it back in its home. Both of these plants live on this shelf. I'm just going to put it back where it lives. And I don't think it's necessary to water them like this every time, but every once in a while, I'm probably making this up in my own head, but it seems like if I do this every once in a while, like seasonally, my plants seem to do a lot better. 10 out of 10 recommend. Now what else? What am I gonna show you? I was gonna show you something. Oh, thank you Felix Gray for sponsoring today's video. I'm showing you all this time I'm spending taking care of my plants, but even more than plant care, I spend a lot of time in front of screens. I was getting headaches from staring at screens all day long. I would lay down in bed and my brain would just pulse with headaches. Something I've started using every single day anytime I'm in front of a screen are Felix Gray blue light blocking glasses. These are the Hamilton frames in gold. They're so cute. Felix Gray offers so many options to choose from to suit your needs and also your style preferences in order to provide us with the best and most advanced glasses technology available. So they do offer blue light filtered lenses, which are the ones I'm wearing now. And of course, they offer prescription lenses for all of their products. Not only are they cute and reasonably priced, but I no longer am getting headaches and I sleep a lot better at night. Click the link in the description to find your own pair of Felix Gray glasses. I'm wearing the optical lenses in the Hamilton style and I absolutely love them. Start protecting your eyes today with a risk-free 30-day trial. If screens aren't easier on your eyes after that, send them back. Thank you so much Felix Gray for sponsoring this video, but also helping to improve my headaches. All right, so let's get back into the video. This is a fun angle. You can see there's dirt at the bottom of my tub, and it's because I have been watering my plants in here every day. Run the water. I just kind of add any of my larger plants that don't have a deep saucer that I can like really water them well, you know? So just any like that going here. I also like to put hanging plants in this, just because on a lot of them that I have in my plant room, I haven't put them in a thing with a saucer yet. So they don't get watered very much. And this is a rescue from the big box store. So sad. Hope it does better. There are so many plants and I always forget to buy saucers because that's just not what I want to spend my money on, you know? This is kind of the time I'll also go through and inspect my plants a little bit, see what's going on with them. And if I notice a plant, like this one got watered yesterday, it was so thirsty that half of the plant had dried and I just did not notice. I don't know what's wrong with me lately. I used to like get one weird looking leaf and I'd be like all hyper focused and I'd notice it the second it happened. But now I swear my plants will like half brown and I don't even notice. But it's probably because I'm busier these days. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull out all of these brown leaves on this plant and then any other plants I notice. You don't have to pull leaves off, dead leaves off, if you don't want to. Like there's no real reason to, but I just like to do it because I don't like the way the dead leaves look. You know the amazing feeling when you're cutting wrapping paper and then the scissors just start to glide in a perfect line and you don't even have to put in any effort? That's about how I feel when I like pull on a leaf, a dead leaf, and they just come out really easily instead of having to like finesse it off the plant. Very similar feelings. There were so many dead leaves on this one. Like I said, I don't notice the way I used to. I do not know what's wrong with me, but it's okay. It's okay. My plants are not okay. So all the dead leaves are off. Look at how cute he looks. So sparse, that literally was like half the plant. Fortunately, I like the way these look when they're sparse. How many times am I gonna say sparse? Probably a lot because a lot of my plants are very dead. Truthfully, I haven't killed a plant in a long time. But they have been getting brown leaves a little more frequently lately because I neglect them a little bit more than I used to. Just pulled this off another plant. So yeah, I'm maybe not the best plant parent anymore. I felt like I used to be really on top of it, but now, no. So my little strawberry cream Syngonium, let me turn you a little more toward me. The little strawberry cream Syngonium is pretty thirsty as well. I'm gonna just put it in this bowl and let it bottom water here on my kitchen counter until it's no longer droopy, you know? Just gonna sit right here to get some water. Wow. Full disclosure, I love my Biorb a lot, but it is a time waster because I'm telling you pretty much whenever I get a free minute that I should spend like doing laundry or cleaning or doing the dishes while the baby's napping, I spend sitting here staring into the beautiful orb. I love it. It's like a lava lamp, except slower moving because the plants don't move in there. Nothing really happens in there, but I just stare at it. So as I'm walking around through the day, doing other things, not focused on my plants, if I walk by a plant and I notice something, obviously it doesn't happen every time because like a bunch of leaves don't just die at one time usually. I just walked by here and you guys, I walk by this plant so often. It's literally like in our most used walkway, but I have never noticed until this moment that there's a whole bunch of dead leaves back here. But I did just notice. So like as I'm walking by, I'll take care of that. Mostly my care routine is like as I'm going about my day, if I notice something easy that I can do along the way, I do it. So like say I walk past a plant, it looks thirsty. I just walk by, grab the plant, put it in a sink with some water really quick and continue doing what I was doing and then come back to that later when I notice that I left it in the sink to get watered. You know, does that make sense? So it's been a few hours, like I said, since I've had all these plants in here. They seem to have soaked up a bunch of water. Yeah, all of them are pretty wet on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain the tub. There we go. Drain the tub. I'm just gonna put the ones away that I have just like right here. So my Rhaphidophora sits on this saucer. I'm gonna go ahead, put her in here and put it away. Just so that there's less plants in here for me to focus on getting out. Whew. Lives just right here, right where the camera's at actually. This is where it lives. Kind of rests up on the door frame here. I don't like moving this plant very often because then I do have to like resituate it to a spot where it's gonna stay standing. It's getting a little bit long. I may end up propagating this at some point. I'm not gonna do it right now, but probably soon it needs to be propagated. My Calathea Macoyana, I think is how you say it, lives in this cover pot. Put her back in there. Love this baby. Such a fun, easy, very easy to manage Calathea. If you want to get into Calathea, highly recommend this one. And what else do I want to put away? Everything else I'm gonna let dry off in the tub for a few hours just so that I don't end up with like water damage. Just so I don't end up with water damage on the surfaces of where these ones live. Okay, so now I'm in the baby room, and I will say the plants in this room are ones that get neglected quite a bit more than the plants around the rest of my house. And the reason for that is the time I really have to take care of my plants when the baby's asleep. He's in here in his crib, and I don't want to come in here and water plants and risk waking him up. So they do get pretty neglected, especially this big pothos up here. I've been needing to repot this for so long, but I just haven't because I love the way it looks right now. I think it's so beautiful. So I just haven't like wanted to mess with it really because I just love the way it looks. What I do when I do water these guys is I have this little dirty vase thing full of pre-mixed liquider, it says, and then I'll just add a little bit into this little jar. And I'll walk back and forth from the bathroom and fill this up a million times and just keep repeating this, adding a little bit of this, filling it up in the bathroom, tap, watering the plant, refilling it up, and then I'll just go back and forth and do that. I know it seems crazy, but I find it very therapeutic to go back and forth like this. Is anybody else like that? I don't know why I'm this way. And all I have this in the regular nursery pot inside of a deep saucer that I just stuck in here as far down as it would go. I think it sits about like right here. So I just add water to this slowly so that I'm just not adding too much that it overflows. Because with using like wicker stuff like this, you got to be really careful that it doesn't get mold. If it gets wet, it molds very, very quickly. I've ruined a few baskets that way. Finally learned my lesson. Just be careful, take it slow. It's not worth ruining them. My little Dischidia watermelon here. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit. Now you can see maybe. This plant, I got it from Steve's Leaves almost 2 years ago, I want to say. And it was so shocked when I got it that it didn't grow. It only has just now started to grow. It's doing this really beautiful climby thing. I'll insert some close-ups. It's getting a lot of beautiful aerial roots. So now it is finally recovered. Like 2 years later. I think I definitely wasn't giving it enough sunlight in the beginning. So if you've been struggling with this plant, I would bet you're not giving it enough light. Well, maybe I'm just like projecting because that's what I did. I don't know what you did, but that would be my #1 thing to check is the amount of light it's getting. Yeah, I'll just water my plant a little bit. Can you even see this one? My Mandula down here, I'm gonna add some water. Then I'm definitely gonna have to refill it up again, and then I'll just keep adding to my golden pothos until all my plants in here are watered. So, lives clear up here. Look at how long it has gotten. Oh, it's a little bit dark, sorry. I should definitely chop it up, but I don't wanna, but I should because the baby's getting mobile. I'm just always around the baby these days. Like, he's still too young to just be by himself, so I don't let him be by himself ever, so I just make sure he doesn't get close to this, you know? H2O. I will link Liquider in the description box as well as pin it at the top of the comments. Highly, highly recommend. I know it seems expensive, but $30 for this pouch. Like, the pouch is probably going to last me a couple of years. So it goes a long way. Yep, I'll have the link there somewhere, everywhere. These plants here need watered as well, very desperately. Ooh, I added a little bit too much. That's definitely going to overflow. If this corner looks empty, that's because it is, because the monstera that usually lives here is in the bathtub soaking. It's the largest one in there. Yeah, so we'll bring that back later. Oh my gosh, these little tiny, my Pilea peperomoides struggled for a long time. It's finally doing better. There's another little baby over. They're so exciting. It still gets a few weird leaves that just drop off like this, but it's putting out a lot of babies, which is super exciting, and it's getting really cute new leaves. They're coming in like pink because it gets a lot of light from the south window. I think my biggest issue with this before was I wasn't giving it enough sunlight. Oh, my knees just cracked. Did you hear that? There are also these Hoyas on the ground here. Other than when I bring my monstera back in here, that's all I'm going to be doing in here. That was easy, right? Felt nice. Felt good. The plants needed it so bad. Actually, I'm gonna bring the giant monstera, not giant, the big monstera back into the baby room. Mostly just because I have this tray with like a thicker thingy, edge, lip, so that water won't go everywhere. So I'm gonna go get that and bring it back and put it in here so I can be done in this room. Oh yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, this is the one I cut completely back at the beginning of summer, and it's growing back quite large. So I'm happy about it. And so hard. I swear to work out. No, don't try not to crush these long aerial roots. Okay, I think we're good. Yep, we're good. Yeah, this is where it lives. Cute, huh? Don't you just love when you get one specific corner looking exactly how you want it to, and all the plants just thrive and live their best life and complement each other so well? Because that's how I feel about this corner. And not every corner works out this nice, you know? Now I just have my Biorb. I do spray it every day with the Air 60 Humidimist. I think, I could be wrong, but I do just think it's, what's it called? It's just water. What's the good kind of water? I forget, but it's not like tap water or filtered water. Distilled, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna spray in here a bunch of times. It was really, really, really humid. And I do this like at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. It's not like necessary because it has the mister thing built in. I just like to give it a little extra spritz with this thing as often as I can, and the plants in there seem to be liking it, so I'm going to continue doing it that way. This is another corner, kind of off topic. Well, kind of off topic, it's plants. That's all we care about, right? Okay, this is another corner. I love the way it looks. It has my lettuce grow tower with some veggies on it and some flies. They love this thing, it's annoying. There's so many flies in my house and they won't go away, it's annoying. Anyway, my big plants here, my Biorb, some other plants and cute plant stands. And then I love this with like the skulls and the different colors and different sizes, pots, plants, everything. I just really like this corner, except soon we're gonna have to move things around because I think we're putting in a corner desk here. We're gonna have to move this, all of this, once we decide on a desk. So that kind of sucks, but for right now I'm really enjoying it. By far the plants in this section of the house and back here, oh gosh, my house is so messy, please don't judge me. Back here in the living room, there's not very many, but there are some on the windowsill. These plants are the ones that tend to get the best care because this is where the baby dogs and I hang out most of the day. So yeah, it's really easy for me to take care of the plants in here. Oh my gosh, except I did just glance over and realize I have not taken care of these Arrowhead plants in a long, long time. Oh yeah. Oh, it's propagations. There's still water in there. There's a lot of dead leaves, but I kind of forgot about this. Look at those roots. I'm gonna have to pull these all out. Could pot them up, not going to, because I'm too lazy. So I'm just gonna fill this up with water and put it back. Much better. So many roots. It's kind of dark, sorry. A little home over here. Yeah. I keep just doing this. After everything I film. It's really annoying. It's bugging me. I kind of actually think that's everything that I need to do. I'm looking around and nothing else really needs care. I've been pretty on top of it, I guess, more on top of it than I thought, but I am going to put all of these bottom water plants away. All the ones in my bathroom tub. Like my little anthurium just lives right here. I'm gonna put it back here, like so. Can't even see it, no, my big body's in the way. Cute. I really like my bathroom, how it's turning out. Okay, and then the rest of these, yeah, the rest of these belong in my plant room. So I have my boot tray that I carried them all in here with. I'm just gonna load them up back on here, take them to the other room. That one's a little bit heavy. Oh, some of these are kind of heavy now that they're full of water. Okay, it really isn't that heavy for all the noise, all the ruckus I just made. I'm being a little excessive. I have a lot of energy all of a sudden because literally, you guys, I'm not exaggerating when I say that I'm never just like home alone. Ryan isn't here a lot, so it leaves me to watch the babies and the dogs. Oh, and man, it just wears me out. I feel like I can't be my own person sometimes, you know? Is that a little too much? A little oversharing? I'm sorry, but that's sometimes how I feel. I'm not like sad. Okay, whoa, this is turning into something I didn't mean for it to. I'm not sad, but I'm not me either a lot of the time, you know? I just don't have the energy to do me, you know? Okay, yeah, that was like a little much, I'm sorry. Ugh. The hard thing is, I had to put up this baby gate in front of this door for obvious reasons. But I have to leave a tall gap at the bottom so my cat can get in here because she can no longer go up and down stairs because she's really old and her hips are going out. I put her litter box in my plant room, so I had to leave a gap under the baby door so she could still get through, but nobody else could. So now it's a workout stepping over it every time. We're in my plant room now, and I'm like really done with the plant care. That's really all that needed done. Like I said, I go around during Kai's naps every single day and like check my plants and take care of what needs taken care of, like most desperately at that time. So yeah, that's like all I could do. But there are things I can show you. Should I do some updates? Let's do some updates. So first things first, I'm gonna show you an update of that Begonia cutting. It's the one I got from Botanicus, from Anya. I guess I'll show you both of them, but first, here's the little cutting. And I'm gonna disrupt it, even though Begonia typically don't like their roots disrupted. Gotta do what we gotta do. It is rooted, so, oh, you can see better without my hand in the background. I'm going to go ahead and let it root quite a bit more from this. I just would feel more comfortable with it being very, very well rooted before I move it. Because like I said, their roots are pretty delicate for the most part. From what I know anyway, I'm not like a begonia expert by any means at all. But from what I've heard, they don't like their roots disrupted. Okay, so there's that. And in there, I showed you this already, but this is my little strawberry shake cutting. Let's see if I can even get it out. Yeah, so there's that corner root. There are some smaller little roots in there. Oh look, there's roots. So yeah, I'm going to keep it in there. It's staying very, very humid, and while this is still very small, I'm gonna leave it in there as long as possible before I have to rehome it. You guys know how I am. Oh, look at that beautiful root. Right there. They're so pretty. Yeah, so I just keep it in this little tub thing with the sphagnum moss mixed with dirt, and neither of these had roots when I put them in here. And then I have this little bag on top to hold in the humidity. So yeah, you can use really anything as a little makeshift humidity thing. Yeah, here we go. This one I don't think I showed you. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. So this is a little mac and cheese container. Here are some watermelon, variegated watermelon peperomia propagation. So this is a cool plant. You can just take a part of the leaf of any leaf that has veins on it, like veins, you know what I mean? on them. You can stick them in damp sphagnum in a very humid container, and or even I think people can do it with dirt, but I just find sphagnum easier. And then you will end up with little plants. So like this leaf right here is actually growing off of one of these propagations. I don't know which one it's coming from. There's another little leaf from, I'm assuming this one. There's another leaf back here growing off of one of them. So yeah, it's a really cool, easy way to get roots on peperomia leaves, on any really part of a peperomia leaf, as long as there's a piece of vein. So they do like really high humidity when they're propagating, but for the most part, like I don't even really mess with this. I just get the container ready, find a good spot with a lot of sunlight for it, and the humidity stays up. You're not gonna see this yet, but a video will be coming out of me planting some Hoya seeds. And look, I don't even know if you're gonna be able to pick them up because they're so tiny. Right there, right here, right here, and right here. We have some Hoyas growing. They're finally growing in, the little seeds. It actually didn't even take that long. It took maybe a week. So that's really exciting and cool. These are Lacunosa cross Rebecca seeds. Yeah, this has been working really well. So I'm excited to get this video made because it's gonna be a good one, I feel like. My succulent, my Calathea propagations are thirsty. Look, there's some little tiny donkey's tail in there. Some mother of millions or mother of thousands, I can't remember. And then a donkey tail Calathea, or donkey ear Calathea. These are thirsty. So I'm just gonna take my container, have a little shot glass here, pick up some of the pre-mixed solution I have in a tub down here. I've showed you it before because I bottom water in it. Just gonna grab about 2 shot glasses, I'm fancy, glasses, add it in there, and they'll soak it up. These are some string of hearts propagation. So you can see the sphagnum is completely dry. I desperately need to water these. I waited a little bit too long. Normally I won't let them get this dry, but yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing, add some water. And call it good. Yeah, that's it. I think I've showed this a few times. So this is just a Pyrex bowl that I got at the thrift store. I just throw random nodes and cuttings that I just sporadically take spur of the moment without planning out. I just kind of throw them in here to propagate. So like here I have some Hoya Ficii, another Hoya Ficii. I throw a lot of my empty nodes in here, like I said. So like all of these Cebu Blues are finally growing. I think pretty much each leaf is its own plant. Yeah, that's what it's kind of seeming like. So yeah, I have a Monstera Peru right there that's gonna start coming out, opening up. Here's some type of a Syngonium. I think this one is a Syngonium Wendlandii. Obviously, I have my plant store that I sell from occasionally. I probably won't be selling from it until the spring because it's getting cold here, but it's nice to have that on months where like YouTube is so inconsistent. Some months I make more, some months I make nothing. So it's hard to manage that sometimes. So like it's nice to have my plant shop that I can have as backup and sell plants here and there if I need like a little extra bill money. Like that's all fun and dandy, but a lot of these propagations are so that I can share with people. My big goal, you guys, I'm gonna do this one day. I wanna do, once the world opens back up and we can all get together and meet each other. I miss people. Never thought I'd say that, but I do. I wanna do meetups and be able to like bring plants, propagations, so I can like give people their wishlist plant if possible, or I don't know, maybe I would have people like write down what their #1 wishlist plant is, and then I could go through, see what I have, and like, I don't know, call names and give plants to the people. Really want to do something like that. Hopefully next summer or spring if possible. So that's why I do have a lot of propagations going at all times. It'd be so fun, right? Or like do a huge plant swap or something. Ooh. Let me know what you think. But yeah, that's why I have a lot of things propagating. Like this box is just a bunch of Monstera Adansonii. So, because I know a lot of people want that plant and it grows so fast, why not prop and share? So yeah, that's why I have so many propagation boxes, and this isn't even counting my grow tent in the basement. There's so many plants here. This is what I love to see on my propagation boxes. So like down here, it's very humid. You can see that the moss is wet, but it's not so wet that there's condensation all over the box. So fun. I love prop boxes. Here's another one of my favorite prop boxes. And I like this one because it's the first like big prop box I ever put together. But this one's exciting because I just threw, again, a bunch of random nodes in here and I have ended up with some crazy growth. So like this plant here, this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, those are all Aglaonema pictum tricolor babies. When my plant died, I thought I just threw all of the nodes in here. Now they're finally starting to grow. That was like 6 months ago, so it took forever, but that's really exciting. There's some Burl Marks Fantasy. I actually have like 10 or 11 of these in here right now. Some bigger Burl Marks Fantasy cuttings that has finally shot out a new runner, which I love to see runners. They're very easy to get like new healthy, super healthy plants from. And I also really like this, like how I said there's random nodes in here and stuff. I have been doing that purposely. So like I'll take one cutting from each of my plants, my more uncommon plants. This is a Philodendron bipenifolium. I took one single cutting, and then once that puts out a new growth point, I just go ahead and cut it, throw it back in here, and that's how I get the plants to multiply so quickly. Like I'm gonna show you here on my Burl Marks Fantasy, I'm just gonna cut all of the individual little nodes so that they can multiply. Just keep repeating that and throwing them back in here and back in here until I end up with a lot of plants, and then I will spread them out and repeat the process. I mean, you guys, I've loved plants for years now. These prop boxes are like plants on steroids. They make it even more exciting than just like a plant. I don't know, it's cool. So now I gotta restack up my prop box wall. Ideally, this whole room would just be prop boxes. So I have, just off camera, I don't think you can see, there's a stack of them there, a stack here. There's so many plants in here. I don't have people over often these days, of course, but when like Ashley came, one other plant friend has come to my house before, I've been able to just go to the prop boxes and like give them cuttings of already rooted plants that are like pretty uncommon ones, and it makes people's day, especially, it makes plant people's day. So it's really nice to have everything on hand already. So yeah, prop boxes are so fun. That's the moral of my channel, basically, at this point. Anyway, that's really all the plant care I'm going to be doing for today, and basically every day looks like, well, not exactly like today because I didn't have to break up the care between nap times, so that was really nice, felt good. But normally I break it up. But that's typically what a day of my plant care routine looks like. Really easy, straightforward, makes it very easy to manage lots and lots of plants with like what I feel is pretty minimal effort. I hope you liked the video or maybe learned something or saw something that pleased your eye. I hope you got something from this video. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.